One of the many mysteries of life is time. Does it go in a straight line, or like the ocean, does it go in many directions? Would you want the ability to control time, and if so, at what cost?
So many questions, but yet so little time. Speaking of time for me to introduce myself. How's it going, guys? I'm Zach Roper, aka ZackAttack2995, and today I'm joined by my lovely girlfriend Kermie, and I'm going to be doing something that you guys have been highly requesting for me to do. Did I fuck that up? Yes, I did, but I'm going to be doing some anime reviews again, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of my personal favorites, Mirai and Nikki, also known as the Future Diary. So, with that being said, let's do this shit. Future Diary is an anime about an antisocial student named Yuki who is thrusted into this, how do I say it? Oh, a last man standing battle royale killing game where the winner becomes the new god of time and space. And that's just the basis of it. It gets way more complicated really fast. Now, before I talk about that part of the anime, let me talk about the very beginning. So, Yuki is a antisocial kid, like myself, and he pretty much just avoids interacting with anyone. He has a phone that he keeps a diary, and it pretty much talks about what's going on around him, because he's more of an observer than a participant. And all the kids make fun of him for that. He's constantly harassed because of that. He's called the weird kid, which is something I can relate to. So one day when he goes home, he's talking to Deus Ex Machina because he thinks he's just like his imaginary friend. And this is when it gets really sketchy. Deus Ex Machina asks Yuki, hey, like, do you like, what's going on in your life right now? Are you happy? And that right there, that should probably hint in that maybe something's going on. But, Yuki doesn't really bother with it. He's like, yeah, I'm fine with the way my life's going on right now. I wouldn't change a thing about it. And then Deuce is like, well, what if I can make it a little exciting? And that right there should let you know, hey, this is probably a bad idea. But Yuki doesn't think much of it. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So then Deuce puts a code in his phone, and when he wakes up the next day, he sees, oh wait, we have a pop quiz day at school, and look, here's all the answers. Oh look, all the school bullies are gonna meet me where I normally walk home to school from. Fuck that, I'm gonna walk the other way. And right now he's like, wow, this is like greatest thing ever, man. Like, I know what's gonna be going on like my whole day, and life's is great. And then his life just crumbles around him because, keep in mind, Yuki isn't the only one with this future prediction thing in his phone. So there's a serial killer walking around the school, which, spoiler alert, it's his homeroom teacher. Sorry about that. But, so this girl he has a crush on, notices that he's got a future diary too, and they work together to defeat the homeroom teacher serial killer dude. And then we are put in the little area that Deus Ex Machina is at, and there's 12 people around there. Well, except for the serial killer dude, because he's dead. They end up using a dart on his phone, and he just gets sucked in. So, Deus Ex Machina states that, he's dying, and he needs a successor. So, he's got the 11 remaining people in there as contestants, and pretty much the rules are simple. You have to kill each other off, either by traditional murder methods, or destroying their phone is another way of killing them. And the way the phones work varies based on the person's personality. Pretty much they have different rules on how their phone works, and whenever someone avoids disaster, everyone's phone changes because the future has been changed because of it. So, with that being said, Yuno and Yuki end up teaming together, which is a smart idea, but Yuki isn't really into that because, how do I say this? Oh yeah, Yuno's fucking crazy. Alright, so, in the anime world, Yuno is what you would call a yandere. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what that is, but in case you don't know what that is, a yandere is a character type where they fall so madly in love with someone that, let's say, someone doesn't love him as much as you, that person's gonna end up getting killed. Your mother doesn't love you as much as she says she does, there goes your head. Pretty much a yandere is a character type that will kill for the person they love. And Yuno, my bad. Yuno is probably the OG of yanderes because she displays more of the characteristics than other characters. Like, she goes from stalking him to killing some of the contestants for him. And she even has a few dead bodies in her house. And it's just they slowly fall in love with each other in the anime, and that's mostly what the anime focuses on, which is their relationship while they're competing in this battle royale killing game. And each episode, we get a look at a new diary user. We see their personality, we see what they would do as a god, which is pretty much just change their own life. And we don't get too attached to them because Yuno ends up just killing them before we can really get a full attachment to the characters. So yeah, that's mostly what the story is. And yeah. Now, let's talk about my favorite part of animes, the music. Boy, the first opening to Future Diary, which is what I was using in the beginning of this video, is fucking amazing. Now, for those of y'all who know me, you guys know that I am very music oriented when it comes to just everyday life. So, anime is no exception to me. I will continue to watch an anime purely based on the opening that it provides. So if it's a opening that I'm really into, that I can jam to, chances of me continuing to watch it skyrocket. If the anime music sucks. I don't care how good the story is. If I can't jam to the song, then it's not worth it to me. So, with Future Diary, you have a amazing first song, and then halfway through the season, and I really fucking hate it when anime does this. So, just the first opening is just god tier, right? Like it's fucking amazing. You know, I'm just like I'm at banging to it and all that stuff. We get halfway to it, and then we end up getting a song that's just not as good as the first one. It's not. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. The second song is not as good as it, but I'd already been invested into the story to the point where I was like, you know, I gotta keep watching it. But I would skip it after the first time I saw it. And the only anime I've ever watched where both songs work really well is an anime I've already reviewed called Soul Eater. So, in Soul Eater, you got the first theme, which is like this really high energy, energetic kind of rock song. And then the second one, you have a more dark, melodic ballet kind of song, which to me worked because the first half of this season, or the series I should say, was really high-paced, high action, and then the second half of the season was more dark, and it had like heavier material to deal with. So in my opinion, that worked. And that's the only one that I have watched where both songs work equally well. Now you got some shows like I'm watching right now, Blue Exorcist, where the second song is far better than the first one, which that right there is a rarity. But my thing when it comes to the themes is, if the first one works so well, why change it? That's just my thing. Now, the second end theme, which is what you guys are probably hearing right now, if I haven't passed it already, it's called Filament, and it's pretty much Yuno's theme. Pretty much, it's kind of got this dark, melodic feel to it, and to me, that worked. Now, if you would have had the first opening along with Filament, that would be fucking amazing. But no, it just doesn't happen. So, my thing going in, enjoy the first opening as much as you can, and if you like the second one, cool. I just wasn't into it that much. But like, the songs are amazing. I'm just gonna say that much. So yeah, time to give my overall opinion of the anime in 3, 2, 1. Now, as I've already said in the beginning of this video, this is one of my personal favorite animes. And I feel like if you are kind of new to anime, this is definitely one you need to check out. But let me highly advise you guys of something. This anime is really violent and it gets really disturbing pretty fast. So if you are a bit squeamish to animated gore and violence, this probably isn't the one for you. I'm just gonna say this out right now. And if your friends tell you that, hey, it's not that bad, don't talk to those people because they're lying. They're lying, god damn it. But I still think you should check it out. It's got a really good plot. It gets interesting with some of the plot details it handles. It handles things such as loss, romance, death. It handles all these really heavy materials while it's also focusing on the survival game part of it. And although you don't really get to know some of the supporting characters that well, the the relationship between Yuki and Yuno is one of the high points of the show, and you pretty much get to see how that all develops. Now, let's talk about the ending, and don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. I usually tend to keep my reviews spoiler free for the most part, but for some reason, most of the anime community is not really into the ending of the anime, because apparently it strays away from the source material. And I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I didn't really read the manga. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I didn't read the manga or anything like that, but I read the ending of it on one of the wiki pages, and the shit just went so far left with how there's like this tornado of like space and time, and like all the different Yukis and Yunos get together, and just this shit was so out of left field. Like, it took me off guard, and I finished watching the anime. And like, so apparently in the manga, Yuki and Yuno live as like the king and queen of time and space, and just shit gets really weird. So I'm not even gonna try to describe it, because it's really hard for me to describe it. Shit just got so left field. So if they would have stuck with that ending, it probably would have confused a lot of people watching the show, because it was something that just comes out of left field. So my opinion is, the ending they did for the anime works for it. And it's so heartbreaking, the ending, that like, I'm a grown-ass man, but even I cried when I saw the ending of it. So, the anime has faults. Yes, sure. No show's ever perfect. Let me just say that. No show is ever perfect. But despite the faults, it's still a good anime you guys should check out. So, based on the plot and music and all that stuff, I'm gonna give Future Diary a 8.75, also known as a B in my case. So, check that out and let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of it. And as always, guys, gimmick.